So welcome to this episode of Home Built Workshop. Today I'm going to make a glass bottle slide and a drinking glass from a wine bottle. Since I completed the Cigar Box Guitar, I've been playing it quite a bit. It is a blast to play, definitely very different than a 6-string guitar, but one thing, it is super fun to play, and that's blues and slide guitar. I wasn't able to find my steel guitar slide, I don't know what happened to it, so I grabbed an 18mm deep well socket. That works pretty well, but I figure I need a proper glass guitar slide. I figured rather than buying one, I got a wine bottle and a glass cutter. Let's make one. I'm going to start out with my bottle and a piece of tape. I'm going to wrap the tape around the bottle. That's going to give me a straight line where I want to score the glass. Now I've got a nice straight line that'll go all the way around. I'm going to be really careful when I get to the seam that it lines up perfectly. Now I want to take my glass cutter and I want to score it really good once around the bottle. Now I'm going to remove the tape. Depending on how you do the next step, you may be able to leave the tape on there. I want to remove it. And you can see that it's scored all the way around. There's a little score line. Now I'm going to use one of these little tea light candles. I've got some safety glasses on just in case something decides to break and explode. Haley's here in the shop helping me out. We both have our safety glasses on. We're going to see if we can get this done. So the idea is to heat up the glass along the score line. Then we're going to plunge it in some cold water and hopefully it'll snap right off. I've seen this done a couple of different ways. One using the candle and another one taking the bottle and plunging it into some boiling water. I think right now, if this works okay, the candle will be a little bit easier. Let's find out.
Whoa, do not do that. And when you ever need it, just ask me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Why you not gonna have to put it in?
There's something cut.
Okay. Or getting it hot. Why?
Here we go.
Plunge.
I can see along the score line that it's started to crack just a little. We're going to go back to the fire, heat it up some more. And back to the water. Yeah, knock it against the side, it breaks right off.
La, 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 la.
Just carefully reach in and fish that out. Make sure I don't grab the cut end.
La, 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 la.
Ooh, that is cold. Now you can blow it out. So that actually worked really well. It was really uneventful. I've never cut glass before, so I figured by wearing safety glasses, and I thought about gloves just in case something shattered, but it's perfect. Now I need to clean up these edges. So first I'm going to sand this edge completely flat. I'm going to use my fretboard leveling beam because I know it's nice and flat and I can get a nice flat surface. It's got some 150 grit sandpaper stuck to it. Let's start sanding. Actually, that's working pretty well. I think the belt sander would work a lot faster. I'm wearing a respirator because I don't want to be breathing that glass dust. To clean up the inside edge, I'm going to use a sanding spindle in my drill press. You could also do this by hand or with a sanding drum on a Dremel tool. Whatever way works the best for you, just to sand that inside, you got to get rid of that sharp edge or you'll get sliced up. That feels pretty good. Now I'm just removing the rest of this label. Would have been a little easier to remove before cutting it, but I thought it was paper and it's actually like an aluminum or something. Now I've just got a little piece of wet dry sandpaper. I think it's 800 grit. I'm just going to clean up that edge. And there we go. Homemade bottleneck slide. Do you know what? Still got this piece of wine bottle left. Let's make something out of that. I think if we cut it off right here, we can make that into a cup to drink out of. I'm going to do the same thing by wrap the bottle in the tape to give me a good line to score on. I'll just score it around the tape. It's actually really tricky to try to get a nice straight score line. This time around, my score got off a little bit. We'll see how it turns out. I can still see a score line all the way around. So fire up the candle, let's see if it'll break off. Water time. I heard a little crack. Sometimes if you tap it against the side, it'll break, but it's not this time. Kind of think it might be a little hard to get enough heat in it just using this little candle. We'll try it again. If that doesn't work, we'll step it up a notch. Heard another crack. Let's get a little more fire. That was pretty cool. Well, this one's a little raggedy. We're gonna see if we can clean it up though on the belt sander. And just like with the slide, I'll clean up the edges using some 1000 grit wet dry paper. I want to make sure this is really smooth and no jagged edges, because if I'm going to drink out of this, I want it to be smooth. Takes a little bit of time to get it nice and smooth, especially with such a high grit sandpaper, but the result will be worth it. The glass turned out really good. If you look close around the edge, you can see that it looks a little bit jagged. That could be cured by just a little bit more sanding. And then of course, if you really wanted to take it down nice and smooth, you could hit it with a buffing wheel. You can see the same thing on the edge of the slide. It feels really smooth right now, but if you really wanted to get a nice refined look, you could sand it a little bit more and then polish it up. Now it's time to try these out. You can take your favorite beverage, and have you a nice cold drink. Homemade wine glass cup. Now wash this out really good before I used it, scrubbed it down really well just to make sure that I didn't have any of the glass particles left in there. Let's try out this slide. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick project. I think I'm going to be making a lot more of these. I just got to figure out a good place to get a bunch of wine bottles from. These are really easy to do, and with a little bit more time you get a really nice finish on there. These are fun and useful, and you get a whole set of drinking glasses. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a big old thumbs up. I appreciate it. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can subscribe to the channel and not miss any episodes. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this project. Again, it's really simple and fun and useful and a good way to get some cool homemade glass bottle slides. Now, if you look around, you can find a bunch of different bottles and get different styles, different sizes, different diameters and shapes. Find one that really works for you. I've already got some ideas that I want to try to find to make some different ones like this. You can also follow me on social media. I'm going to put all the links down below in the description. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.
And just so you know, Dad is kind of a little crazy me too, but Mom isn't, so two sides. Okay, so I'm in the workshop. Dad's in here with me. This is mine. So, bye-bye. That's my candle that's lighted, and hopefully Dad takes good care of it.
I will. My glasses are fogging up. Are yours?
Yeah.
A little bit. Pull them out just a little bit. There we go. Now it should clear off in just a second. And it didn't even die from glass. Hopefully I'll wake up tomorrow.